Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed last week's video. And today I have a special guest with me. I have the gorgeous Azza.
Hi everybody.
Hey. And Azza is one of my good friends and she's modeling today for me. We're gonna do something very special. I'm gonna let Azza introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Azza. I'm 30 years old and I've been occasionally modeling for the past 5 or 6 years but you and I have been at this for like a year now, hasn't it?
I think more than a year.
Has it been more than a year?
I think the first time I did makeup on you it was in 2017. Yeah.
Oh my god. The gold.
Yes.
The golden
The
drops.
golden look.
Yeah.
Today I actually want to do two looks. So we're going to start with something that is a little bit like daytime glam. And then we're going to intensify it and make it a little bit more dramatic. Maybe if we're going out clubbing at night or at dates. Something really cool. I was thinking I want to play with pinks. I want to play with kind of rosy tones. I think it would look gorgeous on her skin tone. And you guys have been asking me to do makeup on different skin tones. So this is the perfect opportunity to demonstrate it. And yeah, let's go ahead and start.
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's get to it. Get crunk.
Yeah. So I'm taking this Sephora wipes and I'm using the Grapefruit exfoliating wipes. I like these for clients lately just because they smell really nice. And I'm that basic bitch. And no, they're no, they're actually great. I swear they're great. I swear they're great. It's like I made them.
Yeah, I promise.
What I like about this sheet is that it has one side that is like kind of exfoliating. It's kind of rough a little bit, so it's great to remove that skin. But I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use the other side, which is a lot gentler. I'm just going to cleanse her skin with it.
Really smells nice.
It smells amazing, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you want to ask your client before using anything that has scents in it. If they're sensitive to scents, it might irritate their skin. Not today.
Not today, Satan.
Not today, Satan.
No.
So, Azza, what would you describe your skin type as?
It's a combination skin. It's got areas where it's oily, like my T-zone and my chin. But then it's got like some dry patches.
From what Azza said, is that she has dry areas. So these, I'm not going to set them with powder. Because the skin is dry, actually the foundation is not going to move in these areas. So I'm just going to focus on setting the T-zone when applying the foundation. And I want to apply something that is like dewy, not very drying. So I'm not going to use something that is matte. I'm going to use something that is more satiny. So as a first step to prep the skin, I'm going to use the Charlotte Magic Eye Rescue. What I love about this eye cream, it helps everything to kind of go on smoothly, especially the concealer. And you guys have been seeing me use this product in the past tutorials, and I do swear by it. It's a great product. This mixed with the Magic cream are a perfect combination for any makeup application. So now I'm going to use the Magic Cream from Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm going to take a generous amount like that. Looks like mayonnaise, but it's very delicious. So Azza, where are you originally from?
I'm from Sudan. And I've lived in Kuwait most of my life and moved around quite a lot. But originally I'm from Sudan. Yeah.
We've been hearing a lot of things that has been going on lately.
Yes, Sudan has been on the news lately for the past couple of months, past 2 or 3 months. It's mainly because there are protests that are taking place, and they originally started off in December of last year. It's mainly the people protesting at the cost of living just increasing in a very, very crazy way.
So it all started just with that?
I mean, it's been bubbling for a while. We've been under military rule for 30 years with the longest civil war that caused the country to split in from the north and the south. So it's been building up for a lot of time. Imagine going to sleep with a certain price of food and regular amenities, and then the next morning you wake up, it's 3 times as much.
What the
That's exactly what everyone felt, yes.
That's
Everyone
insane.
just felt
3 times?
3 times overnight, without warning, without any...
So it's not even like taxes, it's just like everything got... What the hell?
3 times. Gas,
When did that happen?
bread, and water and electricity just became tripled.
Wow.
December of 2018. So people started protesting in universities and there was a lack of medication as well. So doctors started this association, and it attracted all other professions, and it just escalated from there. It's just been lots of protesting, and then certain acts of violence, and it's just been back and forth until 2 days ago they sat down and they had an agreement. So things are going to start to quiet down a little bit, but everyone is still expecting and a lot more consideration to the people.
And I know that you were concerned about your family.
Yeah. My sisters and mother were in Sudan along with my father, and it was very difficult to keep in contact with them because there's no internet. The calls were jumbled, and it reached a point where when I make a phone call, it wouldn't last more than 30 seconds.
Damn.
It would automatically cut, so it was part of the tactic.
But that's getting better now?
Hopefully, after this agreement, maybe things will start to get a bit more, a little bit better. The internet at least should be back, for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, you guys. This is a very important issue.
You could always do with more awareness, really.
Yeah.
It's always...
I hope everything gets better, and it's an honor that you are here with me today.
No, the honor is mine.
So, let's go ahead and start the base of the foundation. For my primer today, I'm taking the Wonderglow from Tilbury. This is one of my favorite primers. This is very glowy. So if you're into that look, I'm pretty sure you're going to like this product. So now I'm going with the Cover FX Click Sticks. So I'm going to actually take the orange. People of color tend to have a little bit of darkness around these areas. So I would take something that is more of a burnt orange. I'm going to apply that in these areas. This part always looks a little bit crazy, but I promise it does wonders. And what I like about this click stick that it's very creamy, but it kind of sets into that powdery finish. So it doesn't move when you apply the foundation on top of it, and you don't have to apply a powder to set it before the foundation.
So this helps later when you put the foundation to make it even?
Even, yes. And I'm just gonna pat it with my ring finger, just to make sure that the blending is seamless.
That's right, bitches.
What did that come from?
No, that's right.
For extra glow, I'm gonna use the Hollywood Flawless filter from Tilbury, and this is in the number 7. Just gonna take a little bit, and yes, the surface is clean. What? So don't say why are you double dipping into a contaminated palette? It's not. It's clean.
You saw it.
So I'm gonna take this around the cheeks and the perimeters of the face, and what this is gonna do, it's gonna add a really, really nice glow. And this blends into Azza's skin perfectly, and the color is almost like a warm golden sun-kissed color. For today's foundation, I'm gonna use the Tilbury Magic Foundation, and I'm gonna use it in 2 shades. I'm actually gonna take this shade mostly, and I'm gonna mix a little bit of this dark shade. The mixture of these two does match Azza nicely. Unfortunately, I wish they have more of an extension to their shades. So I'm gonna take a pump of this shade, and I'm gonna take 1 pump also from this shade. I might not use this entirely. Now I'm taking mostly the dark shade. I'm just focusing that in the perimeters of the face, so I don't get that one skin tone. I get more like dimension in the face. So Azza, what's the significance of the blue color that we've been seeing on Instagram?
Oh, yes. Blue for Sudan is a hashtag that got picked up by friends of the martyrs. Specifically, there's one in particular. His name is Muhammad Matar. And he had passed away in the violent dismantling of the uprising.
He was an engineer, right?
And his favorite color was blue. And so his friends, as an homage to him, turned their profile pictures to blue and just encouraged other people to do it. And it became a movement slowly but surely. And that's why you see there's so many profile pictures that are in blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's blue for Sudan.
So for concealer, I'm going to use this Graftobian High Def Glamour palette. And this is in the shade Warm Palette 3. And what I love about this is that it's super creamy, super hydrating, and you can sheer it out, as always, to make it, less intense. And you can build it up to make it super, super full coverage. And as you can see, these are mostly gold tones right here. So I'm going to use these two shades right here to kind of highlight. This shade and this shade, a mixture of them kind of matches her skin tone. So I can spot conceal if I want. I can highlight a little bit with these. This one is a tiny bit more neutral and light, so I'm going to avoid this color. I'm going to focus more on these. So these are the 4 shades that I'm going to work with. So I'm going to mix these 2 lighter ones. And I'm just going to focus that almost in the beginning of the under eyes. I'm not going to drag it till here. Just because I want to kind of brighten this area. Take it a little bit in the center of the nose, center of the forehead, chinny, chinny, chin. Then I'm going to take a darker shade and mix it all together. Just going to blend it with a beauty sponge.
My beauty sponge.
Her beauty sponge.
That's right.
And if you guys feel like the brightness is a little bit too much, you can always go back to your same foundation brush and just kind of tap over that shade, and it just makes it blend with the face even better. And as you can see, Azza has a little bit of creasing under her eyes, and that's totally normal. We have fine lines in our eyes, and it's something that is natural. And also a nice trick is to not apply a lot of concealer if you have a lot of creases under your eyes, just because it's eventually gonna crease. It's never gonna stop. Even if you start it with powder, with a few hours, it's gonna still crease. To set the eyes, I'm taking the Laura Mercier Translucent Medium Deep. And before I set it, I'm just gonna take the beauty sponge. Gonna make sure to tap and pat all these creases. Keep looking up, Azza. So I'm setting it under the eyes, a little bit around the nose and around the chin area. These are the places that I usually set the face if I still want a dewy look, but usually foundation will move in these areas very quickly. For the blush, I'm taking this Makeup Forever blush palette, and this is a gorgeous palette. This is similar to the foundation palette that I always use, but these are the high definition blushes. And I want to mix a few shades, maybe in between these tones, like the peaches, the kind of almost plummy red. And what this is gonna do, it's gonna add like this flush of color. And the best thing about cream blushes is that they're undetectable. They look like they're kind of coming from within your skin. It's very natural. It doesn't look like you applied something on top. It's like a very, very natural blush. Obviously, if you want to intensify it, you can. But because I want to apply powder blush on top, this is just going to act as a base. And you guys are going to see me do this a lot in my makeup tutorials. I love using creams as a base for anything. And then I will use the powder almost as a setting kind of medium. And I'm also gonna take it kind of almost in the brow bone area. And it's gonna give her this like kind of flushy, sun-kissed look. And I always love to take my blush in this kind of C section right here. Now I'm taking this Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Mocha Mami. And this is the darkest shade that they have actually. It's actually gonna act almost as a bronzer slash blush. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of that concealer. I'm gonna add it under the brow bone. And I'm gonna show you the reason why I add this first. Now I take the blush shade. And this is absolutely a stunning base for Azza's eyes. The reason why I added the concealer is because of this part. Now when I blend these two together, it's gonna create that natural transition for me. Do you see that? Now I'm taking the Charlotte Tilbury Icons palette, and I'm gonna go first with this kind of rosy, kind of rose gold shade. And before I apply it on Azza's eyes, I'm gonna make sure to blend the cream if there's any creases. And then I'm gonna go in with this kind of lighter beige rose, and I'm gonna take it right under the brow bone area. This is a more kind of vibrant rosy shade, and I'm gonna use a tiny bit of it. And this shade has a lot of fallout, so be careful. When you're using it, I usually would pat it kind of into the skin, and I would use it on a creamy surface so it will adhere quickly. So pretty, huh? I'm using the Cover FX Dewy Setting Spray. Okay. Now I'm just gonna take a little bit of water. Gonna use some cotton buds. And I just want to clean the eyebrows from any eyeshadow residue. And as always, I'm gonna use the soap brow that I created. I know, a lot of you have been waiting for a tutorial on this. حلوين بحاجة بس انهم بسرعة يتكتل. They're actually long, Azza.
Really?
Yeah. So the trick to use it is to just brush it upwards. If your eyebrows are super thick, you can brush it downwards and let it set for about 10 seconds and then start brushing it upwards. But in Azza's case, her eyebrows are not super thick, but they're really long. So what you can do is just simply brush them up and just take your finger and just kind of push it, almost like you're kind of setting it like a glue. And this way you will get the feathery eyebrow shape, and then you can start drawing individual hairs, and it will make it look very realistic. Here, if you guys haven't tried this product, it's bomb. So this is in the shade Brownie. It's almost like a dark blackish brown. We did apply a little bit of mascara off camera, and now I'm gonna start lining the lips with this NARS lip liner. And I want to do this kind of rosebud effects, like where you have the darker color in the center, then it fades out, and then I'm gonna top it with a clear gloss For the lips, I'm still gonna use the blush palette, and I'm gonna take a mixture also of these kind of shades, but I wanna focus more on these kind of tones right here. So that's what I'm gonna actually apply. So on top of it, I'm gonna take a clear gloss. Just for the and giggles, I'm gonna take this kind of shimmery gloss. This is a limited edition from M.A.C, but any shimmery gloss will work. This has kind of like pink reflex. Actually, just taking a little bit of the orange shade. I know you guys are probably like, oh my god, you use so much product. I love mixing, you guys. Just to create the perfect custom blend. And this is going to be the first look. So now we're gonna do the nighttime glam, and before we go ahead and start, we're gonna style some hair, put it on her, and we'll be ready for the second look. For the second look, I want to intensify the eyes even more, so I want them to look very pulled up. I'm taking the darkest kind of burgundy shade in the Charlotte Tilbury palette, and I'm still mixing it with that raspberry shade. And then one of the best tricks is to just take a little bit of concealer and just sharpen up the edge even more. I find that if you use a concealer that is a lot lighter than your skin tone, it will kind of mesh with the eyeshadow and it will turn into that grayish hue, which I don't like. So the best option is to use a concealer that is very close to your highlight shade or your actual skin tone. Now to take the glow even further, I'm using this diamond powder from Artist Couture. It's in the shade Broadway. Absolutely freaking stunning. It has like a pink to a gold shift, which complements Azza's skin tone perfectly. Off camera, I did use some lashes, and I applied the Noir Fairy Lights from House of Lashes. For that perfect kind of rosy peach nude, I'm taking the Walk of Shame lip liner from Charlotte Tilbury, and then on top I'm using the Stoned Rose lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury as well. And as a side note, you guys, I'm not sponsored by Charlotte. I just love the product. Whatever you see in the video is actually what's in my kit. To finish off this look, I'm taking this Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in the shade Candlelight, and this looks absolutely beautiful on Azza. And this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much, Azza, for being here.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it, and I do know that these shoots, you guys, take a long time. It's almost like an entire day.
Yes.
But it's totally worth it.
It's a fun day.
Yeah, the amount of detail that goes into it, it's a lot. Although it seems, very simple, it's a lot of hard work. So I really appreciate Azza. I know that you're waiting to go home and eat something. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, you guys, I'm gonna leave Azza's information all below and on the screen as well if you're interested to follow her. And yeah, we're hopefully gonna see you soon in another tutorial. And I want you guys to take care, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.